Hello, my sisters, and thank you for joining me this evening. Welcome back to our channel. This is a safe space. It is called Breaking the Silence. This is where we break the silence and begin our healing journey from childhood sexual abuse. I just wanted to ask, how is everyone doing? I hope that you are all fine. I hope you're well. I hope you're healthy. And today, I wanted to discuss with you triggers. So for me, I would start by saying triggers in layman terms are the dregs that are left over after certain things happen. And this can be from any situation, but from the perspective that we're coming from, we're dealing with sexual abuse as a child. And these triggers, they're a crucial aspect of our healing childhood sexual abuse. Triggers can be overwhelming, but understanding them empowers us to take control. Now, what are triggers? Triggers can be sights, sounds, smells, situations that bring back memories of feelings from our traumatic experience. They can transport us back there to that moment, making us feel very vulnerable, anxious, scared, all of these feelings. And some of the common triggers that you might encounter are from childhood sexual abuse are things like specific dates or anniversaries, certain locations, environment. Dates and anniversaries doesn't necessarily mean the day something happened to you or something like that, but a day that you remember something that led to something, or just something. It could be anything. So one of the dates that I remember is not even a date. It's really, this one wasn't a date actually. I think this one would be a location. A location for me. I remember I was going to my grandmother's house one time. I was little, and I had measles or mumps or something like that, and I got sent home from school. I was going to Eastern Girls, and I was passing by the bakery when I was going up Lavent Hill, and this song from Stevie Wonder was playing, and for some reason, that song just has this thing. It just gives me the EBGBs, the heebie-jeebies, as people say. I don't know. It just makes me feel uncomfortable, but I think I would say it used to make me feel uncomfortable. I've grown past it a great deal. That when that song plays, it doesn't trigger the memory anymore, but it does. I acknowledge that this is a song that I used to not like. So that points to a healing, or being able to move forward. And other triggers would be things like similar sights, songs, smells, scents, perfume, Fabuloso, cleaning detergents, anything, physical touch or intimacy, sometimes with your partner or you're with your, it doesn't even have to be romantic, to be honest. It doesn't have to be romantic. It could be a hug from a friend or somebody that, you're just getting to know, and it just feels uncomfortable. And it reminds you of a certain thing. You might see somebody that looks like somebody, and it's like, oh my gosh. And it puts you back into this state of, thinking about the situation, or being able to have sensations in your body, or experiencing, any type of feeling that reminds you of the situation, or that brings you down too, that makes you feel depressed or anxious. These things do occur. They are side effects. It's like taking medication. Basically, you take medication and then there are side effects. So these triggers are side effects to me of the sexual abuse. Managing these triggers. How do you manage these triggers? How do I manage my triggers? For me, I meditate. Actually, I just got done meditating. I meditate. It's something that I learned from my therapist. She dropped so many gems. that I'm so grateful for, that I put into practice even today. She always told me to look for that window. If you're triggered, try and catch it so you're able to bring yourself down and not go off. Not go off and drink, not go off and smoke, not go off and have unprotected sex with somebody or just give yourself up to something. All the things that we do, we have bad practices that result from these triggers. So here are some strategies to cope with triggers. Some grounding techniques. As I said, meditation, taking some deep breaths, just even right now, talking about the situation or listening to this, you can feel triggered. So in that event, you can really just take a minute, take a second, 2 seconds, 19 seconds. Take a couple of deep breaths. Close your eyes and breathe in deep. Make sure your stomach expands and then release that. Just like a couple of those can bring you back to center. Another thing that I have done a lot of, and is another way that you can cope with triggers, it's journaling. I have 2.3 million journals. Look, one here. I have a million of them over there in the corner. That's exaggerating, but sometimes I start over a journal, or I have something else I want to talk about, and I feel like it needs to be in another journal. You can journal on your phone, you can journal by recording your voice, you can journal by writing, but it's something about writing it down that helps you to get it out. You know what I'm saying? Today, I feel really shitty because, the rain is falling, and when the rain was falling, when I such and such, and I remembered such and such, and this is how it is. And in that present moment, you ask yourself, you write out all of those feelings. You write them out, get them out. Just get everything out that you're feeling at that. And then we'll talk about ways that you combat that. Another thing you can do is talking to a friend. Talking to a friend, a therapist, a family member, somebody that listens, somebody that gets it, somebody that understands you and gives you a platform to just vent, to say, I don't feel good today, and be able to just get it out. That's another thing that you can do. Some self-care practices that you can do. Exercise. Exercise is something, it runs, it gets your mind going, it gets it out. It's a way of getting things out. Once again, meditation. Meditation is a really big help. Breathing, taking time for yourself. It's self-care. Bringing yourself back to center. Getting out the stuff and bringing yourself back to center. And another thing is creating a safe space. That can be anywhere. It could be your bedroom. It could be a room in your house. It could be in your car. Somewhere that when you feel like this, you can go into that space. And if it is just to cry, cry. Get it out. Cry. Let the snot run out your nose. Cry. Get it out. If you want to, beat a pillow. Get a baseball bat, a piece of wood, and beat a pillow. Get it out. Don't let this stuff stay inside of you because it poisons you. The more you get it out, the better you're going to feel. I'm not talking about going wave a flag on top of a hill and telling everybody. I'm talking about getting it out for you. Getting it out. Just beat that pillow. Break a plate. Don't hurt nobody or yourself. Do things that would help you to release that rage, release that anger, release whatever it is you're feeling at the time. Right? So when it comes to journaling, these are some prompts that you can reflect on to understand your triggers, right? And you can write them down, use them as journal prompts. You can ask yourself, you can speak on it, these can really help you. So the first one is, what triggers difficult emotions in me? For me, what triggers difficult emotions in me? One of the things that triggers difficult emotions in me is not feeling good enough. Like if I fail at something or didn't achieve something or was told no, rejection, that triggers difficult emotion in me. So when I do feel like that, I tend to become introspective and ask myself, because at that time you tend to lash out. You might not be aware of it, but we lash out when we're triggered. So, you know, finding out what brings up that difficult emotion in you, writing it down, and finding ways to do the opposite of that. To do something else that will be better than that choice. And this is how the healing happens. We do get help, but the healing really happens when you put in the work. And it's difficult work. Facing yourself is tough. Asking yourself these questions. These questions and all might trigger you. So another one would be, how do I react when triggered? How do you act when triggered? Some people get depressed. Some people get really anxious. Some people get really mad, angry, violent. Some people regress. They go inside of themselves and they shut down. That's a form of depression. Some people drink and smoke and do everything else excessively. I'm not talking about just your regular drinking with your friends or having a good time, but I'm talking about excessive, or when you're triggered is what you do to calm you down, So how do I react when I'm triggered? My third one would be, what self-care practices help me cope? I always have to go back to meditation. Another thing is actually taking a shower. And that was something that I struggled with. I struggled with taking a shower because that was one of the places that I had encounters with an abuser. I would run in and out of showers like 5 minutes, probably sometimes less, have a cousin outside the door or lock the bathroom door. Even when I'm in an apartment by myself, living on my own and there's nobody there, I'm locking the door, trying to put a chair up underneath there. I was very triggered in the shower. Now, showers to me is a safe space. I go in that shower. The door doesn't even have to be locked. I found ways to get over it. There was a partner of mine that triggered me constantly in the shower, knew what it meant, and just kept scaring me in the shower. And I was able to get over that by telling myself asking myself, where am I? You are here. You're no longer in that space. You're no longer being affected physically by this person. This is no longer happening to you. And bringing myself into a present moment, okay? And taking charge of what is happening around me, what I'm thinking. So now the shower is like one of my best friends. The water, it just soothes me. I'm a Cancer, so water is great for me. It just calms me. I do meditations in the shower. That's one of my favorite places to put on a 5-minute meditation or a 10-minute meditation and just let the water soothe me. So that's one of my self-care practices. What are some of yours? Number 4 would be what safe spaces or people make you feel supported? What safe spaces or people make you feel supported? One of my safe spaces is this room. My support system, I have a group of friends that are really amazing. I have people that I can talk to. Yeah, I do have people that I can talk to that listen, that really, support me. Even with this channel, the support has been amazing, from my wife to my friends, to my siblings, cousins, people who really get it. And this would be considered a safe space, in a place where I feel comfortable, and supported. So what safe spaces or people make you feel supported? Number 5, what small step can I take today to reclaim control? Once again, I would say fear was chasing me through the parking lot. I was running like, because I had so many things going on and I kept putting off the video. I said, okay, I'll do it here. And this is something that I'm doing today to reclaim control. yeah, this is something today I'm doing to reclaim control. When it comes to a direct trigger, talking about this situation was triggering. Dealing with current events that's going on is triggering. So me doing this video is me reclaiming control. What do you do to reclaim control? Doing something else, doing something that pushes you to be different or think different, change, go in and change the reel that's playing in your head. What are you going to do to change that? What are you going to do to, what can you do? There are many things that you can do to change that. One of them is stepping outside of yourself. If that is too hard to do, write today. Begin writing in your journal. Today, stand in the mirror and tell yourself, I am beautiful. That simple thing. You might not even believe that. I didn't believe that for a long time. But the mirror work helps, and it works. It might seem like, this is stupid. But I'm telling you, stand in that mirror, brushing your teeth, washing your face. Just take a few seconds and look at yourself and tell yourself, I am beautiful, I am worthy, I am enough. That's self-care. That's taking back control. You know, for the people who told you it won't amount to nothing, or this won't happen, or that won't happen, that's taking back control. Right? I just wanted to come and share those things with you. And I just wanted to say, remember, triggers are not weaknesses. They are signs of our resilience. By acknowledging and addressing them, we take back power. You are strong, you are capable, and deserving of healing. With that, I'm going to say farewell for today. This video was just about triggers. I'm going to ask you to leave your comments down below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Leave your comments down below on how you deal with triggers. If it's the first time you're ever hearing about triggers, and what triggers do you have, you know, and how did this video help you? And I want to say one more. I will go over the list of reflections, the prompts that can help you. The first one is, what triggers difficult emotions in me? You can write these down, okay? The second one is, how do I react when I am triggered? The third one, what self-care practices help me to cope? Number 4, what safe spaces or people make me feel supported? And number 5, what small step can I take today to reclaim my control? Now, don't forget that wherever you are, there are hotlines that are available, even in a triggered state, that you can call and talk. A lot of the times when I was triggered, another thing that I did, I would call the hotline. I would call the Woar hotline, and I would be on there in the phone in the nighttime, whatever time I was feeling like this, if I was crying or whatever was going on. And it was most of the time something current that triggered something from the past. And I would get on there and I would talk and talk. So these hotlines are available. I am going to do my best to put some information up the next time I come on here, and about hotlines that are in Pennsylvania, you know, or New York, or wherever you guys are listening, or just a national hotline. In Trinidad and Tobago or the Caribbean, I'm going to do some research to see if I can find some information about what hotlines are available. Remember to be kind to yourself, love yourself, and remember that you are strong, you're capable, and you're deserving of your healing. Thank you very much for joining me today, and do have a wonderful day. Peace, guys. I am out.